Doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how much things you know. Doesn't matter your success story, because you might come from another country like myself. Like I built most of my time in Spain, speaking in English with you, and I'm connecting with the biggest people in this online space in English. So it doesn't matter any of this. If you show authority, if you show that you are there and you can really, defend yourself when you talk, people are going to listen to you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Voice to Be Heard, where every voice matters. For those who are new in the channel, this is a podcast for real stories, raw conversations, and inspiring journey of success. Every success story has these one-step decisions that they have taken that changes everything. So for today's guest, he started his journey at the age of 8 creating videos. And after that, during his university, he was doing freelance jobs such as creating videos and graphic designing. From there, he have met high-level clients, including Ivan Kenzie, who is a co-founder of Whoop, and he launched his own brand. And from there, he started building a reputation for strong online presence. Without further ado, help me welcome Gesi Resi.
Thank you so much for inviting
Thank
me.
you, Gesi, for being here. I know your schedule is so very tight.
Yeah, however, it's always a pleasure for me to share some value also with the people and help also people understand, especially your audience, how we can better present ourselves online. So how we can position ourselves and also how we can create more content to arrive to more people. And like this, we can make more money.
Yeah. Gesi, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you started your journey?
Amazing. So yeah, the introduction you did was very good. So congratulations for that, and thank you again for inviting me. So I'll make a small recap of my whole life. I like to always divide it into three big parts. When I was young, the come up, and then my biggest success story, which is building a clothing brand that in 3 years, at year three, we did more than 40 million euros in revenue. With the brand, we grew the biggest social media presence that a brand can have. And then now that I've built my own consulting firm in which I work with big companies and founders of companies, so professional people directly, no beginners, no small people, no courses, no mentorships. Actual companies, who are doing big numbers and helping them position themselves better online. Like this, they can convert content into money. So since I was young, I started to create videos online because I always felt like I wanted to document the things I was doing. Maybe I didn't know exactly the purpose of my content, but I felt like, yeah, I already have a camera, so why not share it online? I was getting so motivated by other people doing the same thing, especially UK market. I was like, there's no one in my country, in Albania, where I'm from, doing this. I might be the first one to do it. And to make it even harder for myself, I'm going to start recording videos in English. I'm going to learn English. I'm going to get closer to the language because I know that maybe now it doesn't make sense, but in a short future, it can make sense. So then I started to create videos. Meanwhile, I was also doing a little bit of freelance work and things like graphic design and video editing for people that I used to find on Twitter, connecting with people. I was also creating my own YouTube videos like this. I started to grow up a little bit, 12, 13, 14 years old. And at the same time, I was also trying to become a professional athlete, track and field. So I was a sprinter since I was young. I was very fast. And that also helped me build a lot of discipline. When I arrived at the age of 16, I completed a little bit my goal with this sport because I got a contract from a team in Spain that they wanted to bring me to Spain from Albania in order to compete for
Like
that.
a scholarship? Wow.
It was a professional contract. Also, the team was sponsored by Nike, for example. It was very interesting. So I was like, let's do it. Albania is such a small country. I'm getting big recognition from a Spanish and a big country. So let's go there. So went there. During the time also, I was editing and I was creating content. I was connecting with people, especially in the UK market, because I knew that the more I do, the bigger this snowball effect is going to become. And this is also something that I share with a lot of my clients today. I try to let them understand that the fuller we have the calendar, of course, with things that make sense, not random distractions, but the fuller we have the calendar, the better, because there is no place for the devil to come and distract us, especially when you are a teenager, when you're young, when you are also in your 20s. You want to focus on the things that is going to matter in 10 years, not just doing random activities. Now, everyone can live life as they want. I'm not here an expert, and I'm not a motivator. I'm not whatever,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
but everyone can live on their own. This is the way I do it. And I always like to tell people that I'm just like a traveler in the world. I share my knowledge and my experiences and my opinions. If it works for you, you can take them and you can use them, Same thing I share with my clients. So, yeah, arrived to Spain, competed there for 2 years, and it arrived to a moment that I had to take a big decision because I was competing, I was going to school, I was building my freelancing sort of team that were helping YouTubers create YouTube videos and edit them. I was
How did you
doing,
manage all of this?
there was a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to do stuff. I'm a person that especially look at this podcast, we talked about it yesterday. Today we're filming it. I have so many things to do, yet I like to do it because for me it's important to understand that the more we do, the more we're going to get. And if we're going in the right direction, then I want to do a lot of volume, because and this is like a very big principle we have inside of our consulting firm, that we tell our clients, there are people that can be anywhere in the world. Let them be Australia, let them be Dubai, let them be Spain, Germany, wherever in the world, they are there sitting at their house with a credit card in their hand, trying to buy something from you. But because you're not doing enough volume and you're not communicating right and you're not positioning yourself, your message doesn't arrive to them. That's why you're not making more money and you're not connecting. But those people are waiting there for you trying to buy. But because you're not communicating, your message doesn't arrive there. So yeah, going a little bit backwards, I took a big decision in my life. I started to stop becoming such a kid with big dreams, but becoming more realistic. And I said, to have a career in track and field, especially in the sprinting discipline, you have to be the fastest person in the world. At the moment, I'm not, and I don't see myself becoming the fastest person in the world. I am the biggest optimistic person, yet I had to be realistic to myself. I'm not putting myself down. I'm just letting myself know that it's hard. You cannot become. Even though I was doing very good numbers in Spain, which is a good country, very developed, yet there's people out there which can become the fastest person in the world. The record hasn't been beaten in a long time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna still train. I'm gonna still try to get all the advantages that this gives me, which is discipline, is power, also gives me a lot of, stress release and everything. So I was like, let me continue doing this. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on building a nice agency, let's say, building a team that we can help more people create better videos.
At what age you've
This is more or less when I was 18 now, because I've been for 2 years in Spain. I finished high school, and then after 18, I joined university. And in university, I had a guy in my class who was building a clothing brand.
Oh yeah.
And I used to help him a little bit about shootings and videos, or maybe give him some tips, maybe, because I also was building TikTok at the time, which was very new.
At
Yeah,
what age? At what time? What?
this was 2019, more or less.
Yeah, before
So,
COVID.
yeah, so TikTok
Was
was very new
yeah.
at the moment. Yet I had built a page up to 50,000 followers. I was trying to understand more the platform. I visited TikTok. I tried to connect more with the people that trying to understand more. So I was like, okay, guys, let me help you with everything when it comes to creating content. Because if we're going to create content, we arrive to more people, more views. It's logical that some of them are going to convert. So if we do more, yeah, let me take charge of that. And then fast forward 4 years later, after becoming part of the founding team of the clothing brand Nude Project, very known in Europe and now worldwide, we went from 0 to more than 1 million followers online, where I was in charge of no, everywhere. When we talk about presence, online presence, we're talking about the whole platforms. I cannot just focus in one single platform, because what happens if I wake up one day in the morning and they banned me or deleted my account? So we need, when we talk about
to utilize all
yes,
the platforms.
all Pinterest, Spotify, Telegram, Discord, everything. All the platforms, not just the typical ones like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So, but later on, maybe we can talk a tiny bit more about that. So, Yeah, we built from 0 to more than 1 million followers, all platforms. In year 3, we did 40 million euros in revenue. We built one of the biggest podcasts in Spain for business. Before, everyone was doing videos on YouTube, but they used to be content creators or YouTubers. They were not businesses. So us as a clothing brand, we made sure to achieve that. And I was in charge of the first 53 episodes before I decided to leave the brand and build a consulting business. And also I had a lot of personal experiences. We always try to understand what we were doing, because I like to find the purpose behind everything I do. Okay, so I'm filming a podcast today. What's the purpose of filming the podcast? Um, I'm going to create an event. What's the purpose of the event? So everything that we were doing with the brand, we're trying to find the purpose behind it. And I like to always tell this also to my clients, and let them know that the harder you make it to yourself, the better, because let's say that we want to launch a new collection. Okay, we might have 5 t-shirts that we want to launch. Okay, we are very comfortable just posting an Instagram post saying new collection out there, you know? But why don't we make it a bit more uncomfortable for us? Why don't we create a YouTube video where we show the collection in detail? Why don't we create small reels where we show each of the t-shirts in detail? Why don't we invite now some people, friends, to give us feedback? Why don't we bring 2 models, one male, one female, so they can try the clothes and they can let everyone know what sizes they're wearing, what materials? Why don't we fly to our warehouse and manufacturers to visit them and show people everything behind? So why we're not making more uncomfortable for us? And that's what we made sure that we were doing with Nude Project, trying to get as close as possible to the people to connect with them. And then after Nude Project, so around mid 2023, close to 2024, I got out of the brand because I wanted to build an even more bigger thing for my own personal self. I'm a person that wants to create a lot of things. I'm a person that wants to always challenge myself, create big stuff. So let's create now
things from scratch.
100%. Let me create now a big consulting firm where we help other companies and brands to have better position online, So like this, they can connect with more people and sell more.
What's the biggest lesson that you have learned that really shaped you while doing this online presence?
Mhm. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how much things you know. It doesn't matter your success story, because you might come from another country like myself. Like I built most of my time in Spain, yet I'm speaking in English with you and I'm connecting with the biggest people in this online space in English, So it doesn't matter any of this. If you show authority, if you show that you are there and you can really, defend yourself when you talk, people are going to listen to you. So authority doesn't always come from volume and value. It comes more as a way that you represent yourself. If you're sure for what you're saying because you can show it, or you can back yourself up, then that's gonna always help you connect with bigger people. It doesn't matter who these people are, you can always connect, you can always face challenges, you can always build brands, you can always build bigger projects because you show your authority there. And people always remember the authority. They don't remember what you did, small thing from them. I always tell to my clients that your clients will always remember how you made them feel, Do you give them something small, a little detail, you connected better with them? If you have consulting, did you talk a tiny bit more with them? Did you invite them? They're not going to always remember you for your results. They will remember you for the way that you made them feel. And I think that that's very, very powerful. Yeah.
I'm curious about how you've started like handling this clients that you got because you're very young, you don't have much like how did you deal with them?
hmm So, well, at my case, for example, because you see online a lot of people selling courses, creating mentorships and consulting companies, coaching companies. My case is very simple because I already built a brand, So I get that methodology from the brand.
After building the brand.
Exactly.
I was actually thinking that you've met these people from freelance jobs.
Not really.
Not really.
That's
So
after.
after
It's like
building the
also you have to keep into account that even though I'm young now, I'm 24 years old, I've been doing a lot of things. Only this year I had more than 40 flights I've visited 36 countries in total in the last.
For just work.
Yeah, collecting experiences, it's not just work. Because imagine if we create a big dinner and tonight and we're like 20 people. If I stand up and I say, guys, no one can speak about work and money. What can you share? If you don't have experiences, opinions, then you're just going to stay shut. But if you stay shut, people are not going to like you, are not going to connect with you. So to be able to connect with these people, and also I always give this as a big networking tip, is that you need, as I said before, to have authority first and then be able to connect with stories from your own thing. People want to listen to your own story, not things that you heard.
Right.
You invited me to the podcast today because you want to listen to my story.
Yeah.
But I'm not coming here to talk about what this guy did or what that guy did or what's on the news. Makes sense, right?
Yeah. Makes sense. And also the way your mindset is, it's really commendable. Did you even had a 9 to 5 job
Mhm.
in your life?
So that's a good question. Personally, myself, I've never had like a 9 to 5 job. I am very lucky, let's say, in a way to not have that. But since I was 12, 13, I've worked as like a pizza guy, preparing pizzas in a bar or in a restaurant because I liked food. And my father always told me, yeah, you can work here at my restaurant or you can work at my friend. You can go to their place, help them out. So I was already always doing small things, but I knew in my head that I wanted to build something online. So I never went out of my day to go find a 9 to 5 job because since I was young, I started to build this, and if you do something for a long time, you're going to have fruits. The thing is when you're going to have them, but if you keep on doing them, if you don't give up, you're going to have the fruits. So for me, I've never had an actual 9 to 5 job, yet also I've never had a day that I haven't worked. Even now, I like to say that I'm working all the time, yet I'm not even working because everything I do, I like. So the mindset where it comes from, I don't know, to be honest. I just think that we have a short time in this life, you know, so we just have to take advantage in order to do a lot of things and reach this big version of ourselves that's hidden out there. Everyone has.
Single.
Yeah, I would like to say that.
Unlock.
Yeah, to unlock my whole potential that I have out there, especially being young, having so much energy, I just want to push. I don't see myself as a limit. No, until I'm 30 years old or 40 or 50. No, I just constantly want to do stuff because I want to keep on doing stuff for myself and for the people around me. I think that's very important. Let them be family members or friends or clients or even people that follow us online. Sometimes I just post a story with a thought I had in my head, or I might create a video and I say, guys, I've invested in this big mentor. He taught me a lot of things. I'm giving you some things for free because I want to help everyone. I'm not charging anything. So I feel like there's something that you have inside. And for me, hustle and working a lot is not something that you learn, it's something that you need to have inside. You see a lot of people also who work a lot but have no results because it is like that. Some have, some don't have.
One more question about your previous life. Because you started creating your own videos, and then I saw that you didn't continue it. Like you just stopped, and then all of a sudden you've shifted your story to helping brands to grow their online presence. So I might like, did you even consider yourself like, oh, I can be the brand? Like people nowadays are making themselves as the personal brand, but you focusing into branding companies. So what makes you shift from doing content for yourself to helping companies to grow their online presence?
Mhm. Well, during the last, I would say, 6 years, building Nude Project, the fastest growing clothing brand in Europe, and also my own consulting firm.
Mm.
So, in the last 2 years and a half now, I understood that the most important thing when you create content is narrative. If you have a strong narrative, people are going to connect with you. Before, 8 years ago, when I was making videos, 10 years ago, that you can check them on YouTube, I didn't have a narrative. I was just filming my life in my bedroom. I didn't have a narrative. But now, if you check the videos, for example, that I've uploaded this year and last year, I have a big narrative behind each videos because each video has a big purpose. Let them be, for example, a video where I show in detail how I fly from Dubai to Manchester to go visit one of my clients, connect them with them in person, do activities, show how I work with my clients in person, fly back home. I have another video where I get a group of clients. We go to Switzerland. We are locked in for a week. Um, we're doing a mastermind there. We're training. We're connecting with each other. So for me, being able to create content is having a narrative. If you don't have a narrative, you cannot connect with people. We see it in today's world and even before. Netflix movies, for example, usually they are 2 to 3 hours, right? But a Netflix movie could also be 20 seconds because someone wakes up, they kill someone, and then they fall in love with someone and finish the movie. Yet they add on so much more information, detail, different type of people, characters, main characters, secondary characters. They change the environments. They show different times, maybe the past, the present, the future, just because they want to build a big narrative and a movie behind of it. So that's what I can do now. But before I was not able to do that because before I could make a video saying I'm going to go train now and I'm sharing my behind the scenes of me training at the gym. But now I just make everything look like a movie. The same thing as I explained myself. So there's a moment in our life that we have to understand that sometimes we have to keep our head down and work until we have something to show. If we work on that message, then this message we can show it multiple times online, and that's when we create the authority, when we keep on showing this message. But if I don't have anything to show and I'm just going to look like a clown online trying to copy how this guy did it, trying to copy the idea from this guy, or I might even search on ChatGPT, give me ideas to post because I don't even know what to post today, you know. But what I'm doing is I'm just posting to post, and I like to call this like shitting content online. It's just like a cow walking in the field and just talking. So that's what I understood, and that's what we're doing now also with the clients, helping them understand first the business they have, to understand what are their top 3 strong points, in the business, so they can start communicating out of that. I don't want them to lose time and waste time searching and copying other people or other brands. No. Comment your own achievements, your own stories, your own opinions, your own learnings, you did that already. Okay, now the founder has to share everything. He did that already. Oh, now the team has to share everything, So everyone has to share something. Like this, we can create an ecosystem of our brand to connect with the people. And that's when we understand that people buy not the brand, but the people behind. And also they don't buy the product, they buy the values behind these people. So if I understand that the audience online is going to follow the people behind the brand, not directly the brand, and is going to buy the values of the brand, not directly the product of the brand, then I just need to do more of what works and do less of what doesn't work. Like this, I maintain my reputation and I don't look like a clown online, because it can take, like myself, 10 years to build the reputation that I have now, but one small little thing I might do, it just destroys the reputation in seconds. And this is also like the slogan we have,
Advantage
for the company.
online presence as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talking about positioning, like how do you position yourself? And like what makes it so important?
Mhm. So when it comes to positioning, I like to always have 5 big content pillars ready that I want to present online. The first one is my religion, and the second one is the work that I do, my consulting business, my whole journey working, connecting with people, the events that I do in person. The third one is showing people my network, who I'm connecting with. How is it possible that this guy, 24 years old, is connecting with the biggest people they can see on my Instagram? The fourth one is staying healthy, so fit, eating good food, etc. And the fifth one is traveling, showing experiences, things that I'm doing, stuff like that. Because all these 5, that's what's going to build my personal brand. Personal brand is not just talking about your business. That's one part of your life, but what are the other parts? If I look at your online profile and you're only talking about, I help people lose weight, and I meet you in person and I don't want to lose weight, and you just keep talking about that, I'm saying, what a boring person. It looks like a AI speaking to me, like, wake up, give me something different, give me something new. That's why we have to understand that our business is a part of us, but we need more. things, you know. That's why since 2 years ago, also with a consulting firm, we decided to do in-person events. You know, we keep on doing in-person events. Maybe we can put some things on the screen. I keep on doing in-person events to connect with people. You know, we did a boot camp of 7 days with 60 young men in the woods, living there for 7 days, connecting with each other. Yeah, I organized that one. So we can put some images on the screen. We're doing now.
Building also a community.
Always. That's always. We have to understand that personal branding is how many relationships we have online, not how many posts we do every day.
For me, community is, I think for me, is the hardest thing to build.
Yeah, because we are not connecting to the people. You think that you're going to receive likes, but have you ever thought about how many likes you gave? You think you're going to receive comments, but have you ever thought how many comments you gave? With how many people you talked, how much time every single day you are dedicating to replying to the people that talk to you, to calling them on the phone, maybe calling them FaceTime, seeing how they are, what they're doing, if you can help them, if you can sell to them, you know. This is how we build a personal brand, or this is how we build the online presence. People usually do the mistakes, which I'm not going to say that is their fault, because also this is what you see in social media. What do social media tell you? They tell you, all these gurus, they tell you post a lot and create call to actions so people buy. But a person doesn't even listen to you. How they're going to go buy from you? First of all, you teach them to listen to you. Then you teach them to take action from what you say. You tell them, leave a like here, comment something, go watch my YouTube video, let's talk together. And then you ask them to buy. You cannot go from 0 to 100 and a super cold person and tell them, yeah, go buy from my brand, or let me sell you a service. It doesn't work like that. So we have to understand that personal branding, in a nutshell, what it is with how many people I'm connecting, you know, how many people know me and connect with me. That's literally personal branding. How much relationships I have. In a work, if we work in person at a job, let's say a 9 to 5, you have a relationship with the people there. Well, you might have personal brand of 5 people, because 5 people. Well, online, we have to do the same thing with how many people are we connecting. How many people know my name, know my story, how many people I know their name and their story, so I can connect. Because like this, we don't only make money, but we also get new opportunities. And these opportunities can be new team members, talents that can work with us, can be events. I get invited as a speaker at different events, can be other investment opportunities. Yeah, I like what you do. I like what you do. I want to invest into your brand or your company. Not only sales. You know, I think that's also important, showing your personality online, because that's why it's called personal brand. If not, it would be called, I don't know, something else.
Okay, because you've dealt with lots of clients and then they've trusted you for sure. So how do you define trust? Is it something that to be gained or something to be given?
It should be both ways, you know, especially ourselves, we do high ticket. So I know that the clients that will work with me, they will trust me in the beginning, because that's why they're paying such a high ticket to work with me. But also I want to show them why they paid, you know. So I'm always trying to over deliver, not just give them what I promised. They already paid for that, you know. So I'm always thinking, okay, how can I over deliver to the client? Maybe I can help them by recommending them a new client to them. I can help them by inviting them to my house and have dinner one day. I can make a gift to them. As you can see, for example, on my social media channel, I do a lot of gifts. I might invite them in an event. I might recommend them a talent, like a team member that can work for the client. So I'm constantly thinking how I can connect more with this client, because my objective is always, if you pay me one time, I want you to continuously pay me. You know, I'm not working with little kids, 16 to 20-year-olds, that they see me online and they want to be like me and they are trying to buy a course from me. I'm working with actual companies, you know, with people, professionals behind the companies that they want to grow. And I want to make sure that, to let them know that, look, I have already the authority, I have reputation in the market, I know what I do, let's work together, and that's it.
I saw one video of you that's saying that you'd love to work with clients who have more experience than you. And can you share some of those value, like, that you have learned from them?
So yeah, obviously you want to surround yourself with people with more experience. It's like when we talk together, I learn things from you. You learn things from me.
I learned a lot from you.
So the thing is that, okay, if I can pick between two clients and I know that both they're going to pay, well,
You go with
I go with the one that has more experience, and not because they just have more experience and they will teach me. The other day I'm teaching them, but because they will give me less hustle and they will give me less problems because they already have experience. So that's usually who I go for. But at the end of the day, now because we have different programs inside the consulting firm, we have a do-it-yourself, so DIY. So we just literally give you something and then you do it and you have results. We have a done with you, which is a program that we are in contact every single day to make sure that you are actually doing the thing, and you're not crying. Or you might cry sometimes because of the stress, but you keep on doing things, which this is one of the biggest feedbacks I get from people and my clients. They say, I was in so many doubts. I was so scared to do this or to post or to communicate my brand. Yet I still did it. That's why I see results. I'm like, yeah, that's why we're there, And then we have also the done for you. So we completely enter in your business and we build you a full-on marketing department of 15 to 20 people, different roles that are going to grow your market. Depends also on the client, where they are. But because we have so many things that now we can onboard different type of people. However, we don't usually work with people who are getting started. Not in experience, but getting started in they don't have anything to sell. Because they think that in less than...
Like, why would they go with you if they knew that they have nothing to sell?
With those people, I say, no, I can just send you an audio with some motivation, but I'm not going to work with you because you already have nothing to sell. And if you don't have to sell, you're not going to see the actual value behind our consulting, because we'll tell you do this, do that, but because you don't make money out of it, because you don't have anything to sell, then you're going to tell me it didn't work. It's not that it didn't work, it's just that you don't have anything to sell.
When it comes to strategy, and then you didn't see any results for how many months?
Yeah, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yes. It's impossible because...
How do you analyze these things?
Because I have it written down, I have a step by step. I make it so easy.
It through data?
Yes, I just look at this, you do this, don't worry about it. So with your brand, for example, you come to me and you say, yeah, I want to launch my new collection. I don't know how to communicate out.
But you don't have any niche, any brand?
No niche. We work on...
will do.
No, any brand, any industries, let it be small or big. As long as you are a right fit, we'll help you. Because we work with a pain. And the pain is the more we communicate, the more we sell. If you don't communicate, you don't sell.
Can you give an example?
For example, let's say a business which is just selling through paid media. Why you haven't explored organic marketing? Why you're not creating in-person events with your people? Why you haven't created a podcast yet? Why you're not doing community building? So you're only focusing on paid media, which means that you put €1, you get 5. Okay, that's good ROAS, but in the long term, it's not going to be like that.
So basically, you're giving lots of ideas to clients to do.
It's not ideas. I don't like to call them ideas because our methodology is like a plan. You enter, you have the plan, you have to do this. Don't worry about it. Don't ask me. Don't, just do it, and then you'll see the results. That's it. If now you tell me that, oh, I don't understand it, I'll help you, because we have the consultants that will be there for you and they will help you with different examples. They'll give you resources. So our job is also, because we work with busy entrepreneurs like yourself, for example, our job is also to remove the friction. So if you have to post and you don't have an editor and a poster, then we'll help you figure that out. So our job is also to remove a friction. If you are busy because it's come Black Friday and you want to focus more on Black Friday, don't worry, we'll keep on remove your friction. If you had recently had a kid and you're not going to be in the company for 3 weeks, and don't worry, I will take care of it. So it's just removing the friction and making sure that the client still progresses. Doesn't matter if things go one way or the other way, he will see results, because it's a step by step. It's just I don't have a YouTube channel. Do this first 5 videos, do them like this, and they will bring you sales. I always like to say that on Instagram, you get leads, but on YouTube, you get sales.
Voilà.
Yeah. because you connect more to the people. It's like on YouTube, you're communicating what on Instagram you couldn't communicate fully. Doesn't mean that the YouTube videos are new or the idea is completely out of nothing, like super new. No, I get the same ideas on Instagram and just explain it better and in a longer format to connect more.
Yeah.
You know, these are strategies that, for example, we do with clients where they first publish a little text on LinkedIn. And then after 1 month, we see which of those texts had more interaction. Then we convert that into a reel. Then we convert into a carousel, then into a stories, and then we convert into a YouTube video, and then we make a podcast episode out of it.
So
then we publish it on Spotify. Then we create small little messages for WhatsApp. No, for WhatsApp and for Telegram. So we're doing so many things just for a small thing. So I'm like, do this. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything, you know? So it is impossible that the client doesn't see results, because we will make sure that you see results and you see the value, because this is also a big problem, especially I'll let everyone know now in the camera who is young and maybe they're starting consulting business, service-based business, or an agency. You don't celebrate when that payment reaches your account. You celebrate after you deliver the service to your client. You know, I think that's very important. So my celebration comes when the client renews with us another 6 months or another 3 months or another year with us. So if we work together, I'm not going to celebrate it because we are working. No, after 6 months, when you renew, when I get your feedback and your testimonial, let's say, when I've invited you 2 times into our in-person events, that's when we get excited. You know, the same as the podcast. We film the podcast, but we're not going to celebrate before the podcast or right after filming. It will celebrate when we see that it's going good and that we actually delivered value and to the people watching the video.
That's very nice. That's lots of context you're saying. So in your consulting firm, like, how many employees you got?
So we divide the team into 4 big, let's say, departments. So we have a department of product, because we want to make sure that we are constantly renewing the product and making sure it's better and it removes all the doubt and friction from the clients so they can have faster results. The faster they get results, the faster I can upsell them. The second, we have a department which is operations, making sure that we're making everything smooth. You know, it's not just building, it's also optimizing. And after optimizing, we go to maximizing. Okay, so making sure that everything we're doing good, and the good things, we do more of that. Then the other department is more of the sales. Okay, so sales and setting. So, okay, it's not that the clients are going to come knocking my door like, I want to be part of your consulting. I also have to reach out to them. I also have to connect with them, etc. You know, maybe I need to create events, you know, more events. Now we're going to Egypt. We're doing an 8-day event, which we'll put some videos on the screen, in a big yacht, super yacht with 10 entrepreneurs and 5 mentors. One of the mentors including myself. 8 days on the Red Sea. You know, but these are experiences that we create for the people. So maybe I have to do more of that, you know? And then the 4th department obviously is the content, you know? What type of content? What do I have to do more? I do more collaboration, maybe a content of myself and stuff like that. So when it comes to actual team, I don't see my team as numbers the same way as I don't see my clients as names or telephone numbers. You know, I see my team as a big department, you know, because they are more than just a team. So I don't usually count how many people I have in the team. We can share it, but I think it's more important for everyone to understand that inside the big company, we work by departments, and each department is like, let it be their own company. So they have their own P&L, profit and losses, you know? So my content team, okay, how much content we produced this month, how much views it brought us, and how much it costed us. You know, the product. Okay, can we release a new product? Maybe we can do some lead magnets. Maybe we can release a low ticket offer, maybe a community. How can we help more of the clients? You know, so that's what I always like to say.
For those who wants to or unsure of the things that they wanted to do in their life, what's your advice?
Yeah, so obviously the thing I recommend most is what I'm doing. I wouldn't recommend go play football if I don't play football, you know? So I would always recommend people to start a service-based business because the margins are super big. I would always advise people watching this video to not fall into the trap of seeing maybe other big entrepreneurs who are showing super big numbers on like e-commerce brands or drop shipping brands or trading, because they have zero, I'm not gonna say zero margins, but they have super small margins. So start a service-based business, because not only you're gonna make money and you're gonna have a lot of margins, but also you're going to learn and grow a lot. You use that money to grow even more, to experience more, to connect with more people. So I'll do that. Now, how can I start if I don't know anything to do?
Right.
That's where also my advice is that sometimes we have to understand that we can also be number two in a business, not just number one. So I would recommend everyone to see the people they have close to them, friends and family, see if anyone is already doing anything, or people they might have in their area, so in their village or in their city or in their country, depending how, or in the school, wherever. See if someone is already doing something and connect directly with them. You know, you can become number two. Doesn't mean that you are number two in your whole life. You're just number two at that company. You know, but you are number one in your life with your parents, your partner, your kids, your friends, etc. So instead of just thinking, I'm going to do everything myself, go and use the resources of someone else that already doing things, give them value, connect with them, you know, so then maybe in the future, in 5 to 10 years, you can also do something yourself. And there's some cases where people have started to work in our company, or I've recommended some of the people in my friends' companies or in my clients' companies, that they've understood that, yeah, they want to be number two, you know, because number two doesn't matter, it doesn't mean not making money. It means that there is someone else who is taking the whole
Operation.
and responsibility of the business, and you're doing your work as best as possible and trying to always grow.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Gesi, for your time.
It's a pleasure.
Really, it's a lot of value that you've added.
Amazing. And thank you also for inviting me. Hopefully we deliver to the audiences.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, if they like the video, maybe they can let us know and we can film a second episode.
Yes,
Very good.
sure. Yeah.